Paste it. Hey, I think you should sell this one. It is not for sale, a man says to you. This thing is worth a fortune. We'll never have to work again if we sell this slug. The man looks at you with disgust and shakes his head. He walks away from you. I don't know why he doesn't want us to sell it, another woman says. No, wait, I'm not even gonna write the whole thing. I'm just gonna be like, I know, right? What an asshole. Look at your two employees and shrug. They both nod their heads in agreement. Alright. Sell the slug. You walk up to the counter and place the slug on the table. The clerk takes it and looks at you expectantly. What do you think, she asks. It's too expensive. Hold a tournament for the sea slug. Gonna get some pet store warfare up in here. You run back into the room and grab a large piece of paper. You write down the price and then put it in front of her. You reach through it quickly before nodding her head. Engage in gladiatorial combat. You begin to fight. A few people come over to watch and cheer you on. Eventually you manage to knock the clerk unconscious and take control of the shop. Sell the slug. You make sure that everyone knows about the new owner and how much money they can make selling this thing. You also tell them that they will be working as normal now. Who wants to buy the rare sea slug? I don't know why I always like to type in all caps. A couple of men stand up and approach you. One of them holds a small box in his hands. You've been looking all over for something like this, he says. Are you prepared to pay the price? He nods his head and begins to explain the price. You read through the contract carefully. Agree to sell the slug. You agree to sell the slug. The man smiles and turns around to leave. Another man comes up behind him and punches him in the face several times. He falls backwards onto the floor and gasps for air. Only one of you can have the slug. You must fight for it. Two more men step forward. One of them grabs the other by the collar and throws him against the wall. The third man pulls out a knife and stabs the first man repeatedly in the chest. Oh my god, this is awesome! This is exactly what I wanted! This is exactly what I wanted. Observe the fight from a distance. Just gonna watch all these people fight for this slug. You walk over to the three men and stare at them. They scream as blood pours out of their bodies. You turn away when you see that one of them is dead. Who was that guy? I don't know. You continue to watch the fight. The man who killed the first man is lying on the ground bleeding profusely. The second man still stands there holding his neck in pain. Who was that guy? Alright, I'm not gonna give it anything. I'm just gonna let it continue this on its own. That was my brother. Where did you learn to fight so well? My father taught me. Alright, so who's getting the slug? One of the men steps forward and grabs the slug. He puts it in his pocket and leaves. The other man looks at him confused. What's going on here, he asks. He bought the slug. That means you have lost. And now your life is forfeit. Hey Ringo, how you doing? It's good to see you here. The man looks at you and sighs. He walks over to the dead man and kicks him in the stomach. The man screams loudly as blood gushes out of his mouth. Alright. This is how my AI dungeon streams always go, Ringo. These are some of my favorite things to do. Alright. Feed the loser to the reptiles. The man runs off, leaving the dead body behind. You slowly walk over to the corpse and pick it up. Feed it to the reptiles. You throw the body into the cage with the slugs. The reptile men look— Reptile men?! What the fuck?! The reptile men look at it curiously but ignore it. After a moment, you hear a loud noise coming from inside the cage. Hello, Taggerwoods. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for what is happening? Because I'm sure as fuck not. Look at the cage. The cage door opens up, revealing a huge green lizard with 4 legs and 2 arms. It has red eyes and black stripes running across its body. Its mouth is filled with sharp teeth, and it growls angrily. Ugh, I swear. Every fucking week, this has to happen. No, we're not reading fanfiction, we're writing it. You say, ugh, I swear, every fucking week this has to happen. You walk towards the lizard and pull out your pistol. The lizard lunges at you, biting your hand and tearing it off. You scream in agony as you are bitten multiple times until blood oozes out of your fingers. Regrow fingers and shoot lizard man. You quickly grab your gun and aim it at the lizard. You fire several shots at the beast, hitting it several times. The creature collapses back onto the ground dead. It's a living. You stop shooting and look down at your hand. Blood is dripping off out of the wound. You begin to cry as you realize what happened. Regrow hand. You quickly run over to the lizard and put your new hand back together. You hold it close to you and start sobbing. You know what? No, that's the end. That's the end of the story. It started out as a pet store owner trying to sell a rare sea slug, and it ended with shooting a lizard monster and sobbing as you put together a new hand.